Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Today I am out on the Honda NC750X and this may be my final ride on this bike. So I'm heading to an undisclosed dealership right now to test ride a bike that they have in stock that hasn't been out too long. And it's one that I've been interested in for quite some time. So if the ride goes well, I'm going to be trying to buy it today. First off, I just want to say there's nothing wrong with my Honda NC750X. I've done pretty much all the upgrades on it that I care to do. You know, I've got the Honda Tall windscreen, these Barkbuster handguards. I installed the center stand, the Honda official center stand for this bike, the USB module that goes inside the storage compartment up in front here, and I thought about getting some luggage for the thing, but I honestly don't really care for the official Honda luggage that comes with this. The top case and the panniers don't look really great, to me personally. So, and they're really expensive too. When I first got this bike, I thought I could do some light touring on it, and going with those cases, I'd have something that was purpose built for this machine, and they're easily removable when I don't need them. Now, I know you can get some aftermarket options for this bike from some reputable brands, but I kind of wanted to stay stock with most of the stuff that I did to this. I just feel it helps with the resale value. I could be wrong. I mean, I know you don't get a lot of your trade-in money back for the accessories that you put on, but I figured at least the Honda stuff would probably get a premium. It was a decision I made with this one. I was going to try to stick with stock on everything. That's why, even though I know that there's probably better brands of windshields for this bike that'll do a better job than this Honda one, I wanted to try this one first. I got the DCT version, which is the dual clutch transmission. So it's basically automatic. There's no clutch lever, there's no shifter peg. The bike pretty much does its own thing. There's a couple rider modes you can put this thing in, and that's fine. Yeah, I pretty much just ride this thing in standard mode all the time. That's what it defaults to when you turn it on, and that's what I pretty much stay at. And it's done me well. I've only put like 1,200 miles on this bike. Most of the stuff has been just short commutes back and forth. I got it prepped up for cold weather by putting the handguards on and riding with some heated gear, which is easy to plug in because the power connector was right under the storage compartment, so I could basically just leave the compartment a little bit cracked open so my wire would hang out, or I could carefully push it down and the little rubber gasket on the inside of this would just squish around the wire a little bit. It didn't do any damage to the wires at all, so that ended up working out really good. The particular bike that I'm going to look at was something that when I first heard about its launch, it was a few months after I bought this bike, and you have that oh crap moment where it's like, had I known this bike was going to be coming out, I would have waited, even though I ended up being on a waiting list for this bike and getting the first one that I know of in my state. So I was very lucky to get this one when I did, and I know it's still in high demand. So I'm hoping, if I do buy a new bike today, trade this in, that some other lucky person will get a very nice Honda NC750 with barely any mileage on it, with a few upgrades already done. So, good luck to whoever finds this one at this dealership. I knew when I found out that new bike was launched that I was definitely interested in it, and it was going to be probably 6 or 7 months before it would be released in the US and available to actually test ride or anything like that. And then who knows how long after that to be able to purchase one, depending on how they sell. Well, that all turned out to be true. The bike was for sale as of last month, which is February 2022. And they sell out pretty much as soon as they get uncrated at the dealerships. I was working with 3 different dealerships for this particular bike, and because of some janky financing at 2 of the places, I decided not to go with them, and the bike sold basically the next day. Both cases that I was working with at these other 2 dealerships, they hadn't even uncrated them yet. They basically had, you know, the stock numbers online, but you know, when I called them, they're like, yeah, they're still in the crates. We haven't even set them up yet. You know, we literally just got these things in. So I know they were only sitting for a couple days. You know, after I talked to them, like I said, they sold it like the next day in both cases. So very popular bike so far. So this 3rd dealership that I'm working with, they have one. I put a sizable deposit down so that they would hold it in stock for me while we worked everything out, and the financing looks good. I think we're good to go. This might be my last ride in this bike, so I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts and impressions on how it's been. You know, I've had this bike about 10 months now, and I think this has been the longest I've ever owned a bike before. As sad as that sounds, I think that's the truth. I got to think back on some of my other purchases right now, but yeah, I think that's totally true. I tend to go through bikes really fast. You know, for a while I was getting a bunch of Harleys, and you know, you try to trade in Harleys to another dealership, and you don't get as much as you do at a Harley dealership. So I kind of stayed within the Harley family, even though I should have known that it wasn't really for me. But I stuck with it, and I went through like 4 motorcycles that were Harleys before I finally got out and got into this Honda here. Now, after riding this, I knew this was the bike that I was meant to be on until that other bike was announced, and I'm like, dang it. Yep. But you know, I have sat on the bike before, so it's very comfortable. You know, ergonomically it feels good, and I expect that the test ride situation is going to be just as good, but you never know. So I may be recording this for nothing, but in case this bike doesn't come back with me today, I just wanted to put a little bit something together to remember the Honda NC750. This is a 2021, by the way. So I've done quite a bit of content on this bike for my channel, and gotten some really good feedback on it. A lot of people interested in the bike leaving comments in the comments section, so I really appreciate your feedback and your comments. So I know this is a very popular bike just from, you know, seeing the sales numbers, seeing these go out of the dealerships as soon as they come in stock. People commenting on the channel saying that they've been waiting months for theirs, and they're very excited for them to come in, and then how much they love them after they do finally get them. I hope I don't lose any subscribers over switching bikes. That's always a risk that you have to take. You know, maybe check out what bike is coming next and see if that might be an interest of yours before totally giving up on us. Again, I appreciate all the views, all the likes, all the comments. That really keeps us going. So hopefully, if I do get a new bike today, it'll be exciting for me and also for you guys. Hopefully it's something that you want to see some content on. So I'm going to pause the video right now, and I will pick this up when I'm on my test ride. See you in a minute. All right, so surprise, surprise, Tiger Sport 660. Whew. Yeah, this bike definitely feels taller than my NC750. First time I went to stop, when I pulled out of the back lot of the dealership, I almost stalled it because I didn't pull the clutch in. Like, I can't be doing that on this thing. Well, I don't know. So far, so good. I hope the financing goes through and everything works out, because I would definitely like to add this to my garage for sure. So on the reviews that I've seen on this bike, I can confirm that the gears are very short. It's not necessarily a bad thing, just something to get used to. And buying this as is, it would not have the quick shifter installed, but that would definitely be something I would plan to install after the fact. So definitely interested in a quick shifter. So one thing I noticed right now is that there really isn't like a positive click when you hit the turn signal, but I am happy that that the turn signal is actually in a common spot, unlike on the Hondas. They put the horn button where the turn signal switch normally is. So I can't tell you how many times I actually accidentally hit the horn when I was trying to use the turn signal. I think I pretty much just recently stopped doing that, and I might be getting rid of the bike. So I'm going to pull this up now and see if it makes any kind of difference. For me personally, I'm 6 feet tall, and it was doing a pretty good job in the low position. So let's see what it does for the wind in the high position. One other thing I just noticed is that I am feeling a little bit of engine heat on my legs. Now, you know, it's like 75, 80 degrees out today in Arizona, and in these kinds of temperatures, this would be fine. But during the summer out here, you know, when it's like 115, 118 degrees Fahrenheit, having any kind of engine heat at all is not really wanted. So the Honda NC750X were really good with without having a lot of extra engine heat. So if this is as much as it gets, I think it would be fine, but I haven't been riding that long, so we'll see. But seat height and comfort and everything else on this bike feels amazing. I really think this is going to work well. It feels good. I'm not used to it revving that high, because this chugs along really low revs, especially with the automatic transmission. It tries to go to the highest gear it can, so you'll be in 6th gear on this thing doing like 40 miles an hour. So it just lugs on along, and it's totally happy doing it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's taller than I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought this one had a pretty good road presence, but this one seems like it might be just a little bit taller. You're like looking at them side by side. Yeah. Yeah, it was nice. Definitely. Well, off to financing. I'll let you know how it goes. Well, guys, I did it. I am now the proud owner of a 2022 Triumph Tiger Sport 660. Totally different beast than the NC750. Completely different. Truthfully, I do think that I will slightly miss the Honda NC750. It's been a really great bike. I wanted that bike for so long, and I was so happy when I finally got it. And I can't really say any negatives about it other than, you know, like the aftermarket accessories are just really super expensive. That can be said for a lot of bikes, though. Yeah, so final note, this windscreen is doing really good. Like, I don't feel any air on my face right now. Alright, the shifting's getting a little bit easier now. It's going to take me seriously a day or two to get used to this. But I really appreciate you guys coming along with me for my little motorcycle purchase journey today. And if you're interested in seeing future content for the Tiger Sport 660, then stay tuned to the channel. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. But if you like the video, please give it a like. It really helps out the channel. And I will see you guys on the next one.